Good music will always find a home. Let me explain. Speaking specifically to my fellow producers, it'll come a time where it will feel like you're in a dry season and you're like, man, I'm just sitting here making a million beats. What's happening? And as you continue to get better and move along in your craft and in your career and in life, you find that sometimes we just become tainted with things that were challenges at one point. And where we become tainted the most, a lot of times, is during that waiting season, that waiting process. It's almost like we're forced to have to be patient to see something that we really want materialize. Can you guys remember when you first started making beats? It was just like this euphoria. It was like truly a playground sandbox experience, and the curiosity drove you. The experimentation was different. It was just a whole thing that was untainted. And a lot of times as we're progressing through our careers and our craft and getting better at it, I would say we start to become tainted when we have to begin learning how to wait for the things we want to see happen actually materialize. That in itself is a process that builds character. But if you're not careful, we can psych ourselves out and end up taking ourselves out of the game. We become uninspired. We get producer's block. We just don't understand what's happening. Especially for those who really want to make this a career, it feels like we're making beats every single day and nothing is coming out of it. I may be submitting to every project that I'm coming across, collaborating with every artist that I know, and it's just taking too long. Well, let me tell you guys something. I still have to trust the process, man. Even after 16 years in this business, I still have to believe in the art that I create. If I'm doing it to chase an opportunity or chase an artist or chase money, I can lose myself within that mix and not really nurture, truly massaging my gift and using that to make the best art possible. And trust me, I've been there many, many times, man. And if it's one thing that I'll say about what keeps me in the game is having the right perspective. And that perspective is always to remember that it's about the music first. This is your catalog. This is your art gallery in a sense. All of these beats, whether they are throwaways or they're some of the best music you've ever made, this can actually create your career. The downward spiral of things has been caused a lot by the impatience of a person. Sometimes we bail out too soon on what's happening because we don't see it. Not knowing that what if that one track in your catalog is a huge hit and now everybody's calling? Will your catalog be ready for all of those calls? Well, guess what? If you've been staying diligent and making beats nonstop and you've been getting ready for when that door opens, you just have to see the long game really before it happens. And what is the long game? I'm gonna do a whole video talking about that as well. But just for now, it's just about seeing the longevity in your career and that we never stop learning. We never stop going through these experiences of having to be patient. There's gonna be some dry seasons in life, man. And how do you prepare for those seasons? And also, how do you prepare for when you're up, when it's prosperous, when it's a overflow? And that overflow is the thing we all want. I get it. But you also have to remember that success is also a character building process. I'm able to still make a living off of the catalog that I've developed over the years. You know, one thing about being a producer is that we are in the service business. And we oftentimes are serving another artist and their vision. Or if you're scoring a film, if you're composing for a film, you're fulfilling the director's vision or the screenwriter's vision. Unless it's your instrumental project or your compilation that you're doing for yourself, it's important to keep a perspective on, you know, whether we're licensing our track, whether we're selling it to a major record company. Having a strong catalog is more important. Let's just say you come up with this track and it has a really unique sound that many people haven't heard. Follow that momentum. Create a series of those beats. Make 3 or 4 more of those, because I guarantee when you sell one, someone else is going to call saying, hey, I need one just like that. So now you're prepared to sell 4 of those that reflects the sound you're making. If we study some of the greats like Teddy Riley and the Neptunes, they created a sound that everybody wanted. Every artist in the world needed what they had. And that sound came so natural to them that it wasn't even a job to produce that. This is something that flowed out of them. And so remember, as you're creating, embrace the fact that no one knows what you have in the stash. And when your opportunity comes, you'll be able to make an even bigger splash just because you focused on the right qualities, which is making good music. I've personally had times where I've sold these tracks and I made them 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 11 years ago, and the beauty in that is that I do have a catalog to depend on when I'm in a place where I'm not necessarily creating a lot of music or a large volume of music, and also focusing on making sure that you're using elements in your music that are timeless. How does my sound not become dated 10 years later? How am I able to sell a beat that I make today 6 years from now? And that's just understanding our craft, but the beautiful thing is that we're always able to update tracks just in case, let's just say the 808 gets out of style 5 years from now, which I highly doubt. But if it does, you can always adjust and update these tracks if someone likes the main elements of them. So keep that in mind. We'll talk about the nature of elements in another video. Just because no one bites at it right now doesn't mean that it isn't meant for whatever greatness it has within it already. You have to trust the process. You have to trust that your catalog is good enough. And, I would say put your head down. Stop looking to the left and to the right too much and what everyone else is doing. Focus on sharpening your craft, staying diligent, having focus. And man, if the music is good too, dude, you are undeniable at this point. It's the qualities that helps you create the edge in this business. So don't get discouraged. Again, it's a long game. Under the sun, it's a timing for everything. And prepare for your success. Don't just prepare to sell this beat. Prepare to sell many. And so I hope this was helpful, man. I really want to encourage you guys to stay diligent, to stay optimistic. And if you're patiently waiting for an opportunity to materialize, man, it's going to happen. Trust me. So many things that are outside of our control. And the best thing that you can do is make the best art possible. That's really all you got to focus on, man. I really believe in you guys. I really want to see you succeed as producers. And I'm always here to answer any questions that you guys may have. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment your Q&A down below. I'll get back with all of you guys. Once again, I appreciate everyone supporting, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.